Welcome to the West Ham world. It's Luke here. I hope you're all doing well. I thought I'd go live this week. I'm off. It's half term. So why not go live and do this preview? This can be a bit of a preview and a bit of a chat as well if we do get a few guests and a few people in the chat that want to have a little chat about it. If not, I'll just, ramble on as I do about the Forest game, which again is a massive, massive game. Looking back, like I say, I was very happy after the game on Sunday against Manchester United. We were very lucky, and I did say that in my review. I didn't sit there and say it was some magnificent performance, but I did say it's a type of game, type of result, probably is a better word, that can spark your season. We were very lucky. They could have been 4-5-0 up, but that's football. There's been games where West Ham could have been 4-5-0 up in the past, and we didn't. We were very lucky with penalty decisions. We've been very unlucky with penalty decisions and disallowed goals in the past. Sometimes you need things like that to help you to spark your season off. Listen, there's still loads of concerns. We're still light in midfield. We're still lacking a real killer striker. And the news out today is that we're going to have no funds in January. We've heard that so many times. Listen, if we're sitting in deep, deep trouble in January, there will be funds. But yeah, Nottingham Forest, good side this year. They really, really are. Looking at them in the table, guys, they're currently sitting in 7th on 16 points. 9 games played, 4 wins, 4 draws, only 1 loss. That speaks some big volumes for them. They're having a really cracking season or start to a season, for them. In terms of their last game, they beat Leicester 3-1 at the weekend, real convincing victory. Before that, a 1-0 win against Palace, a 1-1 draw against Chelsea, who we know are really good. Their only loss came to Fulham. Fulham are a really good side. We know that. 2-2 against Brighton. 1-0 win against Liverpool, which is probably their biggest scalp so far. 1-1 against Wolves. 1-1 against Newcastle. 1-0 Southampton. 1-1 Bournemouth. 4-3 in a friendly, that is. I went a bit too far back there. Last season against them, I believe it was a 3-2 to West Ham in the London Stadium game. At their ground, we did lose 2-0. Goals from Tony Yadaroni and Callum Hudson-Odoi in that game. Last time we beat them at their ground, I'm just having a look here, bear with me for a few seconds, guys. Last time we beat them at their ground was a 4-1 win in 2011. That was in the League Championship. In the Premier League, a very, very long time ago. 1996 is obviously they weren't in the league for a long time, so it sounds a lot longer than what it was. And the goal scorers on that day was Mark Bowen and Michael Hughes, guys. So there you go, a very, very long time ago. They've got a striker we know a lot about in the past, Mr. Christopher Woods, who's in ridiculous form. Only Erling Haaland in terms of Premier League form-wise, in terms of goal scoring. This is a man who absolutely loves scoring against West Ham. Newcastle days, Burnley days, to name but a few. The guy always scores against us. If you want to win some money the weekend, and I'm not, promoting gambling, but I think Chris Woods to score anytime is an absolute banker for this weekend. Absolute banker. He's in great form, and as I say, probably his best club in terms of record against is West Ham. I'm just going to quickly jump in the comments, guys, because I appreciate your comments. Two up, two down says, morning, Luke. Morning, mate. Nice to have you live with me. Like I say, very impromptu. But I thought, why not go live? I'm off, and I like talking to you lot. So, looking at Forest, guys, let's have a look at them properly. They usually set up with a 4-2-3-1 formation with Sells in goal, Aina, in at the right back, Milenkovic, a player we were linked with a long, long time ago. Murillo as the centre-backs, 2 quite solid centre-backs. Like I said, they don't concede that many goals. Moreno in at left-back, and then Yates and Anderson in the middle. Solid, little spine there in that midfield. And then they've got the pace up front with Alanga, Gibbs White, who I really like as a player, and Hudson-Odoi, and then you've got Chris Woods, who's the big target man, like I say, in serious form. Listen, it's a game that we, if we have aspirations of getting ourselves back into that top half of the table, and because it's still early in the season, but 2, 3, 4 more bad results before Christmas, and then you really are looking at 10th to 15th, as most West Ham channels are predicting we're going to finish anywhere between 10th and 15th. Where if we can put some sort of run together and we could get a result against Forest, maybe a result against Everton as well, then you're looking back up there, and maybe something could click. I'm not that optimistic about it, but like I say, a result like we got on Sunday, not the performance, the result, and the way it was, that last minute winner, they always give you that little bit of a, that little bounce that might just kickstart the belief. The fact that Jimmy got his first goal as well, there's all these little tiny positives you could take out of it. Like I say, there's still loads of negatives. We're still very wide open. Midfield still looks a bit slow. Will he have the balls to drop Paquetá? But there's some little hints and little bits of positivity we could take out of it. So yeah, in terms of them, again, their characteristics, their weaknesses are finishing their scoring opportunities, defending against attacks down the wing. We attack a lot down the wing, avoiding offsides and keeping possession of the ball. They are quite a direct team, which again could slightly play into our favour. But again, with the higher line and lack of press, who knows? In terms of their strengths, guys, they create a lot of scoring opportunities, but then, like I say, on their weaknesses, they don't really finish them. They like to take loads of long shots. They counter-attack, very good at attacking set pieces, good at free kicks as well. Defending set pieces, they're very good, and aerial duels, like I said, the two centre-backs are quite strong in the air. Their style of players, they take lots of shots, they attack down the left-hand side, long ball team, attempt to cross often, take loads of long shots, as I say, play aggressively against, opponents like to play aggressive against them, but they're also aggressive themselves. Yeah, so I don't think it's going to be easy because of their form they're in, and purely because of the fact that Chris Wood's playing, and I think we're at least a goal down before the game's even started. I know that's really negative, but I think we're at least a goal down before the game's even started because of the Chris Wood factor. Looking at us, I liked his bravery to put Fabianski in. I thought Fabianski played well. He pulled off a couple of really good saves. I think, Fabianski has to play himself out of the team now. I think it's only fair that Areola's was in bad form, and now it's time for Fabianski to get his shot. Let me know what you guys think that are in the watching live now, or if you watch it back later. In terms of defence, Tobido has to start. I didn't think Mav did much wrong, but I think we looked a lot surer up, and I just like Tobido. I like the way he plays. He's a strong lad. He's getting better and better every game. That partnership with Kilman. I don't think the centre-backs are so much the issue. I think it's the midfield and the fact that the fullbacks push on so highly at points in the game that they're left with just two of them. And then the two centre-backs can only do so much on their own when they're left exposed maybe to a 3-on-1, 3-on-2, 4-on-2 attack. So I don't think it's them that are the problem. I think it's the system of the fullbacks that is killing them. And like I say, that there's no one in midfield. Alvarez looked better there. Alvarez, it definitely gives a bit more protection in that position. He has to start as well. Fullbacks pick themselves in Wan-Bissaka, and Emerson Wan-Bissaka was absolutely incredible against Manchester United defensively and attacking. If they can get a crossing in, if they can get him to cross the ball, we are looking at a top like right back. Not just defensively, because defensively he's one of the best in the league defensively. But if he can add that cross and get the assist and that real partnership with Bowen or whoever's on that side with him, could be looking at a really one of the best right backs that West Ham's ever had, in my opinion. Midfield, Alvarez has to play. We know it's going to be Rodriguez because he seems to like that as the start. I think he likes to be shored up, if you could call it that, at a minute. I would drop Paquetá. I really, really would. I don't see what he's offered in the last sort of 3, maybe 4 games. Some of you might even say it's been longer than that, Luke. Um, but it's hard to know who to play there. Do we play Soucek, and then then you've got the argument. You've got 3 lampposts, that are not really going to offer anything that exciting. Do we start Soler again? I'm questioning what he really offers in a game at the minute. So it's that sort of number 10 role, that the top of the diamond of Alvarez, Rodriguez. I don't know who I play there. I really don't. Soucek offers you a goal threat, but nothing else. Paquetá can't pass the ball at the moment. He's not really offering anything mentally. Soler, I'm not sure what he does either yet. But again, I'm not going to judge him too harshly, because, again, he's not been given a proper run in the team to really, express himself and know what he's got to do. For me, Jimmy has to play. Jimmy did enough in that game as an impact sub. Just, it gives the defender something to think about. I sort of understand what Lopetegui's saying, that tired defence, you bring him on and he's a nightmare. It's the last thing you want to do. Like what Wolves used to do when he used to bring on Adama Traore. He used to come on and then Cresswell would just absolutely crap himself. Like, Jesus Christ, this big unit of a man. I'm not saying Somerville's a big unit, but he's pacey, he's tricky, and he knows how to score a goal as well. So, yeah, I would start him, but I can also understand if Lopetegui holds him back and waits to bring him on in that second half as an impact sub again. But I would like to see him start. Obviously, Jazz on the right-hand side started to get his goal scoring back. He started to take his man on again. He's getting better. It does take Jared a few games to get going. He's slowly starting to get better again. Antonio plays just because we know he will. But like I say, it's that number 10. I'm not sure about who I would put in that position. I'm really, really not. Let me know what you guys think. Right, I'm going to go into the chat very quickly. What we got here? Always feel safe with Fabs. Better at commanding the box and penalties. Reflex is not as good, but overall better. He gets beat near post quite a bit. That's the only thing I would say about Fab. DeCanio says, trust the process. Jado's plans on Chris Wood not demolishing us in the first half, and then he will bring on the players who should have started and win the game in the second half. Yeah, that seems to be the way it's going, isn't it? It's what we need now, like I say, just to sum up, because I am going to go now, because otherwise just rambling on. We need to try and go on a run now. Forest, Everton, even Newcastle to a certain extent, who are a little bit all over the place at the minute, could be a game that we could try and get something out of. I'm not saying a win, maybe a point now. If at the next 3 games he can get, 5 points, a win and 2 draws, or 2 wins and a draw, maybe, and you're looking completely different season then. But like I say, it's hard to know. Hamadad says, be great to get the points there. It would be a big step up from where we're sitting, 100%. Letting James Ward-Prowse go on loan is looking a bad decision. Yeah, just purely because our corners are not as good. Like Bowen, I used to like the way Bowen used to take a corner, but he don't seem to be able to take a corner anymore. And there's no one with that real, that real horrible whip on a ball that could... I hate saying his name on this channel, number 41. We all know number 41 is. That man's corners are absolutely ridiculous. They're like a penalty at the moment. Where were that when he was at West Ham, number 41. But yeah, another comment. Ariola was poor for at least 2 games before he was dropped, but it doesn't help when a fullbacks push up and get caught out of position. Our defence need organised. Yeah, and like I say, I don't blame the centre-backs acid as well, and I'll be interested to know what you think on that. A lot of people say, Tabito, Kim. No, I don't blame the centre-backs because they're exposed, because the full-backs pushing on so much leaves 3-on-2s, 4-on-2s, which makes it really, really hard. And, they're coming in and against Tottenham, Brennan Johnson, Kulusevski, the other side, Son and whoever it was, Solanke, I think. And it was just, there's too much exposure sometimes because of this formation. You can understand maybe why could revert to three at the back at one point and go with fullbacks so that we've always got three sitting. And that's why, you see Soucek dropping there, you see Alvarez dropping there to try to give us more, cover. But yeah, there's definitely teams have spotted that West Ham do that and they know they could hit us. Even Ipswich, a game that we won 4-1, I was there at that game and you could see their manager and their players, they're popping it about. And then they was like waiting for Emerson or Wan-Bissaka to bomb on, and then they would ping it over to that Delap or that small spikes. And then they was always looking for that because they knew that we were going to bomb on. So better teams, they see that even more, but they've got the quality to hurt us, the better teams. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching live. Really, really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm not, with the channel going forward, just if you are going to watch this to the end, it's not going to be videos for the sake of videos because there's no point. There's no point. If it's transfer window, yes. If some huge news comes out, like Lopetegui's sacked or, player gets injured or whatever, something like that, major news, then yeah, it's hard enough to do a YouTube channel on your own, just doing previews and reviews and podcasts. But when you work, it's really hard to get time to do this stuff. I can't sit there and edit. I can't sit there and make special thumbnails or all the, special production and stuff like that. I haven't got time. And that's nothing against, the other channels that have got time and stuff. Good luck to them. I hope they succeed really well. But, as a channel week, I've not got time for that. Neither's Paul. So it's always going to be videos like this, simple, sweet, talking to you guys. You stay with us through it. Until next time, guys, come on your irons. Keep believing. Hopefully, we'll push on now. Hopefully we can, start going on a little run, look a bit more positive, start turning some games into good results now. Till next time, guys, come on your irons, hit that subscribe button, join the West Ham world, hit the like button before you leave. Let's go.